Hi everyone. If you are running an agency, a B2B business, or working as a freelancer, you know how frustrating it is to deal with client follow-ups, constantly checking your bank account to see who owes you money, and then typing out those awkward payment reminder emails every single week. Now, most software tools available in the market charge heavy monthly subscriptions just to automate this basic administrative task for you. But today, I am going to show you how to build a highly secure, enterprise-grade payment reminder automation completely for free, without any hidden charges. The best part? This entire system runs completely inside your own Google Workspace account, using basic Google Sheets and Google Drive setups. By the end of this tutorial, your sheet will automatically scan your invoice PDFs, send through Gmail, log them, and track exactly how many days a payment has been pending. It will handle your escalation reminders on complete autopilot. At day 3, day 7, and day 14, I will break down every single line of code step by step. Absolutely anyone can set this up in a few minutes. So, let us dive straight into my screen recording and build this together right now. And now that we are on our screen, let us begin by organizing our workspace inside Google Drive. Click on the New button, select New Folder, and name it exactly Invoices to Send. Then click Create. This is where your fresh billing files will land. Next, click New again to build our archive space. Name this folder Sent Invoices and hit Create. Once an invoice is processed, our script will automatically shift it here. Let us open the Invoices to Send folder. Right-click anywhere and upload your sample invoice, PDF. Notice the naming format. It must start with the invoice number, an underscore, and then the exact customer name. With our storage ready, let us set up our central tracking database. Click New and open a blank Google Sheet. First, double-click the bottom tab and rename Sheet 1 to client_emails. Then, click the plus icon to add a second tab and name this one Invoice_tracking. These names must match our code perfectly. Click back into the client_email sheet and let us add our directory columns. Type out customer name to email and CC email across the top row. Now switch over to the Invoice_tracking tab. Here we need 6 ledger columns: invoice number, customer, date sent, status, days pending, and finally, reminder level. To inject the automation, navigate to Extensions and click on App Script. Clear out any default pre-filled code inside the editor and paste the entire production engine script right here. Let me break down the core architecture of this code so you understand how it runs. Let us look at the first function, Send Initial Invoices. This function acts as our primary gatekeeper for the system. It connects directly with Google Drive, opens the folder named Invoices to Send, and fetches every single file waiting inside. We use a while loop to scan through your files. This means it doesn't matter if you drop 1 invoice or 100 invoices. The script will process all of them automatically. It splits the PDF file name at the underscore to isolate the invoice number and the customer's name. Then it opens your contacts sheet directory and runs a search loop to find a matching client email address. Once it finds a match, it triggers the Gmail API to send out a professional email with your PDF invoice attached safely as a blob. Finally, it initializes a fresh ledger row in your tracking sheet with a pending status and moves the original PDF to your Sent Invoices archive folder so it never gets sent twice. The second function is Update Invoice Pending Days, which serves as our internal tracking clock. This routine opens your invoice tracking database ledger and pulls all active rows into a variable matrix. It runs a loop across your entire dataset, but it applies a critical safeguard rule. It only evaluates rows where the billing status is marked exactly as pending. For every active unpaid invoice, the script captures the original date sent timestamp and subtracts it from today's live calendar date. Since JavaScript calculates time values in raw milliseconds, the code divides that total by 1000, then 60, 60, and 24. This math formula instantly converts the milliseconds into clean, whole calendar days. It then writes that dynamic counter straight back into your 5th column, so your days pending tracking metrics are always accurate. The final function is Process Invoice Reminders, which manages our multi-stage collection escalation workflow. It loops through your tracking sheet and checks the outstanding days pending metric against the current reminder level flag. If an invoice is 3 days overdue and the flag is set to 0, it dispatches a gentle, friendly reminder email and bumps the tracking level to 1. If the invoice remains unpaid and hits 7 days overdue, it escalates the tone to a formal second notice and updates the level to 2. If it reaches 14 days overdue, it fires a final urgent warning notice to request immediate action. The absolute beauty of this function is that the very second you manually type the word paid into your tracking sheet status column, the script hits a safeguard rule, bypasses the row entirely, and stops sending emails to that client immediately. Let us head back to our Google Sheet to add our test customer. In the client_emails tab, type sample customer under the name, matching your PDF file, and use your own email address so we can verify the delivery. With our test data saved, let us reopen our app's script window to trigger the initial run. Select Send Initial Invoices and click Run. Because this is the first execution, Google will show an authorization required prompt. Click Review Permissions, select your account, bypass the safety warning, and hit Allow. The script initializes, starts the execution, and finishes processing successfully in just a couple of seconds. Let us head over to Gmail and hit refresh. Look at that. The invoice email has arrived instantly with a professional subject line and our PDF file attached perfectly. If we inspect the sent folder, we can see the official log. Since we use the same email for testing, it tracks beautifully on both ends. Now open your app's script editor again. Select the second function from the drop-down, Update Invoice Pending Days, and click Run to calculate our timeline intervals. The engine processes the row variables, cross-examines the calendar dates, and completes the execution cycle smoothly. Switch back to the invoice_tracking sheet. You can see the engine has completely logged our ledger. The status is set to pending, the timestamp is accurate, and our tracking parameters are running. Now, to make this truly hands-free, let us configure our daily automation triggers. Click the clock icon on the left panel and select View Dashboard if a prompt appears. Click the Add Trigger button in the bottom right. Select our first function, Send Initial Invoices, as the execution target. Change the event source to time-driven. Select Day Timer as the type and pick 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. as the window. Hit Save. This handles your daily morning invoice scans. Our first automated trigger is live. Let us click Add Trigger again, this time selecting our second function, Update Invoice Pending Days. Set this to time-driven, day timer, and schedule it for 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., exactly 1 hour after our first script runs. This updates our pending counters safely. Perfect. Let us add our final trigger for the automated escalation follow-ups. Click Add Trigger and select Process Invoice Reminders. Set the event source to time-driven, choose day timer, and schedule it for 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. This ensures all updates are finished before any chase emails are sent. And there you have it. All 3 automation segments are officially deployed in the cloud, working sequentially every single day. Let us review our unified ecosystem. Your files drop into Google Drive, your ledger logs safely in Google Sheets, your background triggers execute flawlessly every morning, and your emails route cleanly out of your personal Workspace account. Your collections process is now fully automated and completely secure.
Yeah, I know what you are thinking right now. Where is the code?
You actually have 2 ways to set this up. You can either clone our pre-built app's script sheet or simply copy-paste the code into your own new sheet. Either way, it's completely free on our website.
Just grab the link in the description below. If you love this setup, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell icon, and drop a comment if you have any doubts.